We once heard a wise man say, routine is the time killer. And we just couldn't get that out of our heads.
So we set out on a life that was far from routine. Some say we're crazy.
Yeah, I'd say we're a little crazy.
But we are Resolute Sets Sail. And this
is
our journey.
'Cause I can't stay in one place, no matter how hard I try.
It was time to say goodbye to Meagan and send her on her way back to Florida. We desperately needed to receive parts for Resolute for our upcoming crossing to Hawaii, and bringing them across the border yourself is the easiest way. Plus, it had the added bonus of a quick family visit. One of our biggest concerns had nothing to do with crossing the Pacific, but getting Nika into the state of Hawaii. Hawaii is the only state in the U.S. that is rabies-free, and they are very serious about keeping it that way. Unless you want your pet to hang out in quarantine for 4 months, there is a long list of hoops you must jump through, including a blood test at least 120 days prior to arrival, notarized proof of rabies vaccinations, a working microchip, health certificates, flea vaccinations, and of course, money. With the blood test taken care of back when we were in California, it was time to get the paperwork notarized and overnight the documents.
So what are we doing, Mom?
Trying to drive.
Where are we driving? We just overnighted all of the required documents to Hawaii. And I'm really excited and I'm really nervous. So we had a lot of stuff sent to my mom. Not just us, but a couple other boats. Yeah, we probably got about, 8 or 10 boxes sent here. The big item is not so small. It's probably about 60 pounds. It is our Mr. V wind vane, and we're really excited about it. We had it sent over from the Netherlands. Now I just have to figure out how to get it back on the plane.
With some skillful packing and a willingness to stretch the truth to some customs officials, Meagan was back on a plane headed for Mexico. Was I ever glad to see Meagan back. I had kept busy working on odd jobs to get Resolute ready, from winch rebuilds, sail repairs, rigging changes, a 3-day flu, engine maintenance, and working on our spankin' new auxiliary rudder. There hadn't been a whole lot of relaxing going on. So the rudder finally came in. I should say we carried it down from the welder, about half a mile, but this is it. It's pretty much complete. So while Meagan was busy getting the actual wind vane, the Mr. V, up in Florida, this was my project, was to kind of design this and build it with the welder. So it's been about a month talking to the welder, who's about a half-mile walk away. We usually have to go there at least once, maybe twice a day, walk up there and discuss with him in Spanish what all we wanted to get everything the way we needed it. But he was really good, sat there and listened and paid attention to our bumbling Spanish.
¿Cómo te llamas? Miguel. Miguel. ¿Y qué estás haciendo, Miguel?
Over the period of about a month, Miguel, his team, and I worked on creating a rudder that would be controlled by the wind vane. It was the first rudder they had built, but it came out excellent. From the foil shape to the strong 1.25" shaft, right down to the removable tiller and keyway, it was a thing of beauty. During all the work we had been doing, one of the things that kept us going was the knowledge that we would be having a visit from my family.
Can't wait, we're on our way to see my family.
My parents, sister, and cousin all came down and shared a small VRBO with us. It was great to share our lifestyle with them and to soak up that warmth from family you so often miss while full-time traveling. And we just couldn't pass up the opportunity to have some of Mexico's best pizza while introducing family to new friends. 6:30 because we're going to Tres Marietas to go do some snorkeling and check out the island. But I'm not an early person. But I figured I'd share the sunrise with you guys since it's beautiful and the anchorage is really calm right now. We hopped on a local bus and took a quick 30-minute ride to the town of Punta de Mita, situated on the northern tip of Banderas Bay. We were headed to the Marietas Islands, a biosphere reserve which require that you visit with a licensed guiding service. With pangas leaving from the beach in a near constant stream, it usually does not take long to find a willing tour guide.
Gracias.
Alright, so we're finally on the panga. I'm sitting on the bow here, but they're loading up and there's a bunch, almost a full boat now, so ready to go.
We hopped on a large panga and were tossed around in the choppy water for 20 minutes as we raced across the bay. It was quite a departure from our usual snail's pace we enjoy as cruisers, so we wasted no time soaking in the exhilarating ride and getting in the spirit of screaming with our fellow tourists. The Marietas are an uninhabited volcanic island formation which received some of their more famous features, such as Lover's Beach, from extensive weapons testing in the early 1900s. With an expanding interest in ecotourism, the small islands have seen a large increase in visitors. Our experience was not the secluded beach of the brochures, but one of a never-ending stream of orange life vests.
Oh, this looks like the Titanic sunk, and this is what would happen. We're all screwed.
The park's own numbers puts the daily visitors count at 2,500, to a beach that studies have shown can only support around 650. This overvisitation has caused the Mexican government to close the park this past May in an effort to let the ecosystems rebound. Despite the crowds, it was easy to see the beauty and solitude this island chain once offered. The highlight of the day, though, may have been this welcome treat vendor that we found on the beach.
Are we good?
Which do you think? What should I get?
Megan, what are you eating?
Chocolate chocolate?
Mango cut into a flower on a stick.
Because I would have got chocolate coconut, but then you got it.
It's so good. I'm gonna cut all my mangoes like this. This is genius.
You didn't pay it?
I just want mango in my teeth.
You just started eating.
What happened?
Are you sad you're not coming to Hawaii with us?
No. I'm not sad that I'm not coming to Hawaii with you. I'm not sure I'm made for super long crossings in small spaces, but I'm really excited for you guys, and I'm really, really happy that your dad gets to go along because he's been wanting to do Pacific sailing for a long time, and to do it with his son and his son's wife, man, that's like the ultimate.
With the rest of the family headed home, my dad stayed behind to help with some of the last projects and to join us as crew on our passage to Hawaii. Being an avid sailor himself, it has always been a dream of his to cross an ocean, and we were honored that we would get the chance to make it a reality.
Axel Bachman, I'm Eric's dad, and he invited me to come along on this trip, he and Meagan, and I foolishly said yes.
Now that we were down to the four of us, it was crunch time and we knew it. We had a lot that needed to get done and not a lot of time to do it. It was a good thing my dad was around. Who else could have taught me the right way to use a wrench?
What are you doing?
Doing kind of a mock-up on the wind vane. We got some wooden pieces, so instead of cutting the tube, the stainless tube that we'll finally use, we're gonna get the right lengths out of the wood and make sure we only cut once. Cut the good piece once and don't make any mistakes.
So we should try this one for length, and if it's right, we'll make another one just like it.
Got that?
Yeah, I can
I thought this was supposed to fit.
It fit before.
After a whole lot of head scratching, cursing, and a few trips to the welder, we were slowly making some progress. And that pit in the bottom of my stomach, wondering if we would be ready in time for our departure date, was beginning to shrink.
Yeah, you think it'll work?
I think it'll work. And now we've got it to where we're going to replace the wooden prototype pieces with stainless steel, and it'll be the final version, hopefully. And then comes all the adjustments to make it actually work right. Well, it looks nice. I mean, it looks like it's pretty well built, and it's a very simple idea. And I do like that it looks like you can, if in an emergency or whatever, you can either buy the parts you need at the hardware store or make them.
So the whole thing is just a complete franken-vane. It has like parts from so many different companies. So we built an auxiliary rudder, and then we looked and searched for a option to making a wind vane or picking one up for a good price and used, and we finally settled on this Mr. V. I guess we went with the Mr. V because it's incredibly sensitive. It works very well. It's got a couple things that most wind vanes don't have. It's all ball bearing. It's got the upside down vane, which is unique to it, and it's also got that V, which channels the air and gives you a bit of a slot, so it gives a little bit more directional control in lighter winds. So all that combined, it's supposed to be a very sensitive unit to light winds and things. So we'll see how it works, but I think it's going to be pretty sweet.
I did it. I walked 5 feet.